Welcome to Studio D on the campus of the University of Oklahoma. This is Sooner Sports Pad. And now, here's your host, Madeline Roberts.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Sooner Sports Pad. I am your host, Madeline Roberts. I'm here with my lovely co-analysts, Josh Callaway and Collin Kennedy. We also are joined by a pretty active live studio audience this evening. Guys, who's with us today?
Oh, this is one of my favorite days. I wore my green to celebrate. The Lettuce Club is in the house. They brought it. I'm pretty hungry. Keep it away from me.
And they should be excited because we have OU women's gymnast Nicole Lehrmann and Alex Marks.
Yeah.
And later on in the show, Collin and I will give our outlook on OU season going forward.
And to boot, we'll take a look back on OU and Texas's great rivalry.
Well, the Sooners headed down to Dallas for one of the biggest rivalries in sports. That's right, the Red River Showdown was one for the ages, but unfortunately the Sooners came up just short of the victory.
Obviously very, very disappointed with the way the game ended. Always a game that we expect to win. It was kind of a tale of two games for us. First part we were inconsistent offensively, didn't get enough stops defensively. We're kind of just average on special teams. Very proud of our team's fight there at the end.
Credit to those big
As
corners.
Riley said, his team did fight to the very end. The game was a very high-scoring one. Marquise Brown had a 77-yard touchdown reception, the longest ever by a Sooner in the 113-year history of the rivalry. In the fourth quarter, the Sooners mounted an unbelievable comeback. Kyler Murray got free and scored a huge 67-yard touchdown. Ultimately, the game came down to a field goal, which Texas kicker Cameron Dicker nailed, dashing the Sooners' hopes for a perfect season. Obviously, this is not the outcome that Sooner fans wanted, but there's no reason to panic. There's still a lot of good things to look at going forward, starting with the fact that the Sooner offense put up 45 points against a pretty good Texas defense. Josh, what do you see from the offense?
Yeah, look, the offense played pretty well still. And, and it says a lot about how good the offense is. And I'm saying they played pretty well, and they scored 45 points and nearly pulled this thing out. 21 points in the fourth quarter. That's the most they've scored in the fourth quarter of the OU Texas game since 1952. That's pretty good. That 21-point deficit, they just evaporated that thing in the fourth quarter. It was truly remarkable how quickly the deficit was made up. Kyler Murray, fantastic once again, just under 400 total yards for him. He's going to be in New York at the end of the season, in my opinion. Marquise Brown, as you said, really impressive, 131 yards, 9 catches, 2 TDs. Collin, I got to think that going forward, they should have pretty good confidence in the back half of their schedule, going to Morgantown, and potentially if there is a Texas rematch at the end of the season in Cowboy Stadium. They should feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, especially with that offense firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
They look really, really good right now. I can't wait to see what they do the rest of the season. All right, let's go to the OU defense. Now, it wasn't their best day, but they did play a key role in helping the Sooners come all the way back from that 21-point deficit. Look, they faced a very physical offense, but they kept fighting. They did everything they could to keep OU in it, and eventually they helped the Sooners get back into it with 3 crucial stops, eventually got those 21 points back. And then on top of that, they really tried to keep the Longhorns out of the end zone, and they did just that. But Dicker, the kicker, sent the kick through the uprights and got Texas the W. But I will say, an underrated storyline, that linebacker duo for the Sooners, man, they're good. Another game with double-digit tackles for both of them. I really like what I see from those two.
Yeah, that's something that kind of gets forgotten in that they made up that ground. They needed the defense to get some stops for them to make up that deficit. So they did a nice job.
They did just that.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, speaking of the defense, this morning OU defensive coordinator Mike Stoops was let go. A few hours ago, Lincoln Riley met with the media for the first time since the dismissal.
I'd never make a decision off of one game, even as emotional as the Texas game is to everybody, around this program, both programs. It's kind of its own deal. I figured out you can't put too much stock into that game in that it's so unique, it's so different. Teams play different, and you gotta be careful about that. But I think there was just enough that I saw as far as the direction that we just needed a spark. And I don't know that there was any one stat or one thing or any single thing that happened. It's not really that dramatic. I think just for me, it was a gut feel. Just my relationship with Mike and Mike's relationship with me, the run we've had here together. It's defensive and offensive coordinators can either be at each other's throats, because you're against each other the whole year, and then trying to work together during the season, and it can either be really bad or really good. And with he and I, he was so good to me when I came in here, especially when we stunk on offense the first half of that first year. And I'll never forget that. We've had a great relationship. He's a great friend, and it was one of the toughest things I've ever had to do.
Although we are in the midst of football season, it is never too early to talk about the OU basketball teams. Josh, what is your outlook on the men's team so far?
Yeah, they had a weird year last year. Got off that great start, kind of petered out towards the end. But I think there's reason to be optimistic about the team this season. You lose Trey Young to the NBA, Cameron Gussie transferred, but you brought in Aaron Calixte from Maine, you brought in Miles Reynolds from Pacific. Jamoni McNeese is a guy who's gotten just steadily better every single year he's been here. I think there's reason to be optimistic about what the team can do this season. And of course, that guy right there, Brady Manick, a favorite of yours, Collin.
Oh,
he's going to have a good year too. Season gets started here coming up November 1st. They have an exhibition game against Pittsburgh State in Norman. Go way down south, take on UT Rio Grande November 9th. Go to San Antonio, take on UTSA. And then the home opener November 18th against Wofford. So that's your first chance to pack the LNC right there.
And you mentioned Brady Manick. His transformation to Larry Bird is almost complete.
The hair is there.
Keep an eye on him. I can't wait to see Bird hit the LNC. All right, let's talk about the women's basketball team. We talked last week, our women's sports here on OU's campus have been exceptional. And I think this OU women's hoops team will be no exception. You see what I did there? I've got my eyes on two sophomore stars. Shayna Pellington and Anna Yunusa, both were Big 12 honorable mentions. Both were Big 12 all-freshman team members. And Shayna Pellington won the 2018 Big 12 Freshman of the Year. And they will get a chance to showcase their talents again when they got Northeastern State, Western Kentucky, Northwestern State, and USF. Northeastern State will be the exhibition. And then WKU, the season opener. And of course, the legendary Sherry Cole is at the helm.
Yeah. I was going to say.
I can't wait to see her back out there.
I was going to say, you always feel pretty good about OU basketball because you got Lon Kruger and Sherry Cole. You're always in good hands with those coaches.
That's right, guys. I cannot wait for OU basketball to begin.
Coming quick.
All right, well, we're going to take a break, but don't go anywhere because when we come back, we'll have face-off. We'll review some recent history of the Red River Showdown, and we'll talk to our guests, Alex Marks and Nicole Lehrmann. Stick around. Welcome back to Center Sports Pad. It is now time for face-off. Guys, OU has made this college football playoff 2 times, and both of those times they had a loss to a Big 12 team. So my question for you is, even though OU lost to Texas this weekend, can they still make the college football playoff?
I'll get my answer in a second, but first off, what is this?
I got a new pocket square, guys. It's from the Lettuce Club. I think you guys like it. Yeah.
Pretty good. All right, so my answer, short and sweet, yes, they can make it, and yes, they will make the college football playoff in 2018. I'm calling it now. 2015, we saw it. They lost to Texas early, won out, made the playoffs. Last year, lose to Iowa State early, win out, make the playoff. They're going to do it for a 3rd time, guys. They'll grow from this loss, and when they win out, their resume, winning at West Virginia and Morgantown, beating Texas in a rematch potentially, it'll be as good a resume as anybody's, 12-1, and they're not going to leave the Oklahoma Sooners out of the playoff. They'll make it.
I agree with you 100%. I don't think the answer is just yes. I think the answer is absolutely they have a great chance to make it back. And I got to tell you, I'm going to look at the team right now. I think they have the leadership to get it done. Obviously, Kyler Murray is going bananas this year.
Great.
But I think he's bringing a little something extra to the table. And Kenneth Murray on the other end is leading his team very, very well. I think that they have the guys to get it done. And, of course, I'm never going to question our president, Lincoln Riley. He is the man. But the biggest key here is that there's no team in the country that bounces back better than the Oklahoma Sooners. And I know they'll do it just right. They're getting back there.
We've seen it for 2-3 years now.
I hope you guys are right. I'm here with my friend Smud. He has a question for you guys.
Hey, man.
What should OU football focus on during the bye week?
Good question.
Thank you.
Okay, so for me, the main thing to work on the bye week is work on forcing some turnovers to get some stops in the red zone. They've only forced 5 turnovers, and they've got no stops in the red zone. 100% of the time, the opponents have scored in the red zone. So that's a main key of focus, I think, they need to look at in the bye week under new DC, Ruffin McNeil. I think they will be better at it after the bye week, get rested up, and they'll get some turnovers on the board.
Yep, missed tackles will probably go into that as well.
Too.
But honestly, it's all gloom and doom defensively, but I'm a light side guy. You know, I like to keep it glass half full, so I'm going to go to a strength and see how you can make it even better. I'm going to say establish a consistent running game. I think that's something that could potentially make this team even better. Look, a lot of that's coming via Kyler Murray, but this running back room, they have the talent to get it done, but they haven't found the right mix right now. after the Rodney Anderson injury. So I think if you give Kennedy Brooks the ball a little bit more, he is electric, and Trey Sermon could be that closer you need in the fourth quarter to wear defenses down. TJ Pledger is a nice guy out of the backfield. I think that if you find the right mix of the running backs, this offense will get even better, and they will be unstoppable come TCU time.
Locking down roles for those 4 guys, very key.
All right, guys, it's my favorite part of Face-Off. Viral videos.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay, so sadly, we all know the feeling of having our favorite team lose and our least favorite team win. We just had that happen. Well, misery loves company. We can all empathize with this New Yorker. He had a rough weekend. Let's just see how he reacted to his favorite teams losing.
Fucking Rangers lose. Fucking Giants lose. Yankees win and the Jets win. What the
That was me on Saturday. That was a pretty accurate representation of me on Saturday.
Someone needs to get that guy a bowl of ice cream or something.
He had
we
a
need
rough
to cheer him
weekend.
up a little
He had
bit.
4 games not go his way.
Get him an ice cream cone. All right, let's go to the other one I've got. I think this one's pretty interesting. If you watch the NFL, you know it's almost impossible to tackle the quarterback right now. Can't go high, you can't go low. It's almost impossible. So Ndamukong Suh, during a practice drill, came up with a new answer. And he was told, all right, Ndamukong, you can't tackle high or low. He's like, all right, I'll just punch him in the gut then. Get on down, son. And then, of course, Brockers is like, well, there's no way I can follow that up. But honestly, I think this is pretty interesting if it happens on Sundays. So give it to me in slow motion, baby. Bam! If that happens to a quarterback on Sunday, it's over, man. Get the funeral ready. It's over.
All right, it's now time to vote for the winner of Face-Off. Cheer the ladders for who you think won. Who thinks the winner is Josh?
Come on, I haven't won yet. Come on, I haven't won yet. You suck.
How about Collin? Congrats, Collin, you won.
I'm not going to win any of those.
All right, it's time for a break, but when we come back, we'll dive into the details of the storied Red River Showdown. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks to our cornerstone television partners, OU Medicine, Anheuser-Busch, OU Extended Campus, and our community partners, Landers Auto Group, Devon Energy, Coca-Cola, and OU Medicine.
Welcome back. In the year 1900, Oklahoma and Texas met for the first time on the football field. Fast forward to 2018, and as SportsPad's Parker Thune shows us, the rivalry is as huge as ever.
Lehrmann showing blitz. There's the blitz. Touchdown, Lehrmann. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Williams got him on the blitz.
Rivalry. It's part of why we love sports. There's something magical about the history, the tradition, the bitterness and vitriol that run between two opponents who know each other all too well.
I think if a player isn't ready to play this game, then I think he ought to be shot.
Rivalry. In the realm of college football, it's a term that's become ubiquitous and sacred. In its loosest sense, it's a term that refers to a recurring competition between two programs. A competition with something at stake besides victory, implications beyond a simple win or loss. But no definition can completely do it justice. It's not something that can be explained, but something that must be experienced. And across the South Central United States, one rivalry, one tradition, one game rises above all the rest. The Red River Showdown. Oklahoma and Texas. Within the iconic confines of the Cotton Bowl. Front and center in the chaos of the Texas State Fair, with the golden hat at stake. It's an experience that's part and parcel of the two schools, the South, and college football. Over the last decade, the Sooners and Longhorns have been headed in two entirely different directions. Despite this, the series has been as evenly matched as ever in recent years. The last 5 iterations of the rivalry have all been decided by 5 points or fewer. Yes, Texas won 48-45 last Saturday, and yes, the general reaction from Sooner Nation went a little something like this.
Texas, dude! Come on!
But OU is still very much alive, both in the Big 12 and in the race for the college football playoff. Now let's enter the hypothetical for a moment. Both OU and Texas are favored in all of their remaining games. Should both teams win out, they'll meet up again in the Big 12 title game 2 months from now. To put that in perspective, the two teams have never met in postseason play, and there very well may be a college football playoff spot on the line should that scenario come to fruition. Regardless, Sooner Nation shouldn't forget that Oklahoma still has the series lead over Texas in the modern era. They've won 6 of the last 9 Red River Showdowns. The 5 most lopsided games in series history were all Sooner wins. And OU boasts 3 more national titles, 4 more Heisman Trophy winners, and 15 more conference championships than the Longhorns. Even if Texas is back, Oklahoma never left. Parker Thune, Sooner Sports Pad.
Now let's hear from our guests, Nicole Lehrmann and Alex Marks.
Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you ladies stopping by, and also I really like the hardwares in the house. That's pretty nice. Appreciate that. All right, let's look back on last season for you two. What was it like? How do you think things went? And overall, what were your biggest takeaways?
I mean, we definitely didn't get the win like we wanted to, but we still came out in second, which, isn't too bad. And it's not because we gave up or anything. Like, we definitely fought as hard as we could. Just, the other team was better, and that's okay at the end of the day. So I think we grew a lot that year, and I'm excited for next year, this new team.
Yeah, pretty much just what she said. I mean, we gave it our all, and I mean, it just wasn't our day that day, but we're definitely ready to come back next year stronger and better than ever. So.
Moving on to next year, you guys have some huge non-conference matchups coming up. UCLA, Alabama, Georgia, Florida. Is it really exciting to play those big-time programs early in the season like that?
Oh, yeah, and it's really exciting for them to be at home, be in the LNC,
Absolutely.
Yeah, everyone come out and see it.
Yeah, I'm super excited because a lot of those crowds, they like to travel, and so hopefully we're going to have some really big crowds and see all the students there to watch us and support us. So, yeah, we hope to see you guys there.
All right, 2-part question for you. Number 1, you guys are very dominant as a team. So knowing this, those teams will try and give you your best shot. What is it like knowing that each and every time you're going to go out there, those teams are going to do as much as they can to beat you guys? And second part, which one of those 4 are you most looking forward to going against?
Ooh, I mean, I'm going to talk about the second part of that question first because it's kind of resonating. But it's kind of a tie because UCLA is who beat us, so that's definitely one we want to get back after. But Alabama is also our senior night, so it'll be the last time that me and her and my other 2 seniors compete at the LNC. So that'll be a good night.
Yeah, I also just think focusing on the process and not so much the outcome is really important for us this year. Just focusing on trusting ourselves and our coaches and all the work that we're putting in the gym, and the results are going to show. So.
As you guys mentioned, you guys are both seniors. You guys consider yourselves leaders on the team? As seniors on the team?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're both definite leaders. Like, we've, been through 2 national championships. We know what it takes, and we got freshmen coming in. We have our sophomores from last year who haven't won, and they really want to win, and we're hoping to lead them there this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're very motivated.
All right, I love a good humble brag, but last question for you. You mentioned senior night. You guys obviously will go in your last go-around. How tough is it? Is it bittersweet at all, or how excited are you for it?
I mean, I'm definitely excited because it's like a crazy journey because I've been doing gymnastics since I was 3, if not younger. So since I can remember, been flipping around. That's my entire life. So I'm excited to see the next chapter, but definitely sad to see this one go.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like she said, I'm definitely excited. I mean, I grew up watching Oklahoma gymnastics because I'm from here, but I mean, I'm excited to see what the next chapter has, and I'm excited to go out with a bang. So, yeah.
I think Mal has an audience question for you.
Yeah, Smud's got a question for you guys.
That's me. Which ring on your fingers is your favorite?
I think it's this one.
That one?
This one.
What is it?
This is what was this, 2017? Yeah, this is our 2017 national championship.
Which natty was it?
I can't remember.
So many of them.
Me, that's actually this one for me because me and Maggie Nichols got to design this one because we both split the national bar title.
Another humble brag. I love it.
All right, well, we're going to take a break, and I'm going to ask them if I can try one of those rings on, if that's okay. But don't go anywhere because Dynamic Duos is up next. It is now time to play a dynamic duos. Before the show, I asked Nicole some questions about herself, and now Alex will try to answer them correctly. You ready, Alex?
Yes, I am.
All right, question number 1. If Nicole could play another sport, what would she play? Is it A, soccer, B, skiing, C, curling, or D, diving?
Diving.
She answered quick. Let's see if it's diving. It is! Good job. All right, let's keep it going. Question number 2. What is Nicole's favorite place to eat on Campus Corner? Is it A, Diamond Dogs, B, Cool Greens, C, Ocon's, or D, Hideaway Pizza?
Cool Greens.
Cool Greens?
Yeah.
Another quick answer. There we go. 2 for 2. Lettuce Club is good with that answer.
Yeah.
Question number 3. If Nicole could have an exotic animal as a pet, what would she pick? A wolf, B, a sugar glider, C, a snake, or D, a kangaroo?
A sugar glider.
Sugar glider? Let's see. Oh, kangaroo. That one was hard. Question number 4. What is a cheesy movie that Nicole loves? Is it A, The Notebook, B, High School Musical, C, Sharknado, or D, Godzilla?
Sharknado.
All right, one more question. What is the number 1 thing on Nicole's Christmas wish list? Is it A, a new phone, B, a gift card, C, a new wardrobe, or D, a vacation?
A vacation.
A vacation? That was confident. There you go. Good job. Thanks for watching Sooner Sports Pad. Be sure to like us on Facebook and Twitter. And be back here next Monday, same time, same place. Good night, everybody.